Hello and welcome back, it's Repulsive Raccoon, aka your favorite trash panda. Today we are going to be playing Demon Hunt. This is a Horde Survivors bullet hell roguelike, and I don't know too much about it, but we're going to be trying it out. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, hit that like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get right on into it. So we kind of started off in this, base area. Let's see, so we got some orbs, so it looks like this is the meta progression. Launcher. Alright, let's see. So, these might be like the bosses. Let's just go with the first one. Habubu. Demons might spawn Habubu eggs upon death. Touching demons deal 100% more damage. Bosses have more abilities. Oh, those are if we turn up the threats. Okay, and then all of these would be activated, but we get more stuff out of it. Let's just do the normal threat or base threat level, just to kind of see what this game is about. I like the enemy designs. We'll probably turn down the audio to 3. I feel like game audio is a bit loud these days. They have little arms coming at us. Okay, so we have to press 2 to level up. At least that's what I'm assuming that is. Let's see. Volume Enhancer increases area weapon damage by 4%. Transfuser increase area damage by 2% for every projectile weapon. Swarm. Release a swarm of caustic projectiles that spread out and damages enemies. I'll take that. How do I... Spend your skill points. We have 0. So if I press resume, okay, I just have to press resume to kind of confirm that. And this thing shoots out a ton of projectiles. It doesn't do as much damage, but with how many more it shoots out, I feel like that's just a lot better. There's also these things on the map. Okay, so that's a well. Gives us a free heal. Weapon with the lowest DPS and deals 8% increased damage. Let's just go for all projectile damage, I feel like. Alright, what is this thing? We got some crit chance. And so it looks like these yellow icons on the map are kind of these points of interest. Blaster. Okay, so we can go for either attack speed, pierce, or damage. Let's get pierce on it. I'm not sure if we have to stand in here. I think we do, or at least near it. Nah, it looks like we have to stand inside of it. Yeah, so we don't have a dash, but we kind of have a sprint to try to get away from a lot of these enemies. Projectiles have an 8% chance to deal critical hit, but they have no knockback. Let's go for faster attack speed. Let's just get more of that. There's also Elite Demon. But yeah, so this is our dash. It's more so a sprint. And it looks like that's the kind of recharge thing down here next to our skill points. There we go, we killed our first one. Increase all damage dealt by 8%. I feel like that's good. It's also a rare. Let's see what it dropped. Select an artifact to upgrade. Oh, we're definitely going to take that. It's 4% more damage. Especially to everything, so if we get more weapons, it should apply to that as well. Alright, let's keep exploring the map, just to figure out what all these points of interest are. Especially if they're just giving us free stats. Increase critical chance by 2. We get no leech, but more attack speed. I'll take that. And let's go for pierce count there, and let's just take more attack speed. There's so many points of interest right in this area. We got a lot bonus attack speed for a bit. We gotta make sure we're picking up all this XP. Increase max health. We'll just take that. I feel like something that's going to be, like, super huge. I mean, in most, like, Horde Survivor games, they are, but magnets, just because of how many enemies we're killing but not picking up the XP for. So we're just going to loop back for all of that. Path is closed. I'll go for the combustion just because it applies to our blaster, I'm assuming. Let's just get more pierce. Let's get more attack speed on our base weapon. Okay, so we're on wave 8 right now. Oh, here's a free heal for us. And we did kill the elite. Increase attack speed and move speed. We can get more caustic damage, but I feel like just... I can get this as well. I'm definitely taking both. Move speed, attack speed, and caustic damage increase is huge. Select an artifact to upgrade. We're just going to go with all damage. We almost have it at legendary rarity as well. I don't know how high the rarities go in this game, but I guess we're going to find out rather soon. Gotta make sure we're not getting pinned down. Well, we're definitely taking regeneration and critical hits mark to make them take more damage. Oh, we got our first mini-boss. Gotta make sure our blasters are actually hitting this guy. Yeah, so we don't have a lot of attack range, so we have to actually play it relatively close. He's below, he's down to like 25% HP, so we should be okay. Okay, so these dragon heads explode if we come in contact with them. But there we go. Let's upgrade our swarm weapon. I feel like our blaster just deals a lot more damage. More regen, caustic damage, projectile, max HP. Let's go with the attack speed and movement speed. Okay, there we go. We got a magnet. We're also fighting some boars now. I feel like we're gonna need a lot more crit chance just to get that marked one going, especially... Ooh. Launches swift, precise void javelins that pierce through enemies at long range. Don't mind if I do. Every second you have a 1% chance to gain 15% area size. I don't know how good that's gonna be. I'm just gonna get some attack speed and just some overall damage so that way this javelin hits like a truck. So it looks like you can only choose 2 paths. I think that's why it's saying path closed. Is once I invest in 2 of them, I'm unable to pick a 3rd path. Well, hopefully this javelin's gonna help us kind of deal with the mini bosses, just because we are gonna struggle to get close to them. And we're just gonna loop back and collect all of this. Oh, this is a rare upgrade. Let's just get more attack speed. Oh, shatter. Projectile shatter into multiple projectiles on hit. Okay, so we need to save up for that. So it looks like at the final stage, when we have the entire path maxed out, we get like a kind of unique effect. Don't want to get trapped by these enemies. There's so many of them. Currently on wave 12. Projectiles deal more range. Void weapon hits have a 2% chance to cause a void rift. I'll take that. I'll also take the one to closer enemies just to help us out. Alright, we are gonna go explore some more points of interest. Oh, so we have a DPS meter here at the bottom, kind of. So our blaster is definitely doing the most damage right now next to our javelin. I'm just gonna save our skill points, that way we can get that blaster leveled up. That Void Rift is doing a ton of damage for us, doing 60 on hit, and when it gets like put into a clump of enemies is super nice. Okay, here's the Shatter. We're definitely going that. We're definitely doing that. And let's get more range. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get a ton of AoE help just from that Shatter. So many extra projectiles, it's actually insane. Got ourselves a mini-boss. There we go. Let's get this attack speed. And let's just go for the damage on Javelin. Let's try to get that maxed out. Let's get more attack speed, more movement speed. I just feel like overall that's probably going to be the better of the ones, just because we don't have a dodge. So we want our movement speed to be as high as possible just to kind of navigate around all these enemies. Okay, so that's poison on the ground, so we want to avoid that. Is this a health? Okay, that is a heal. We're going to save our points. Poison on the ground is going to be annoying to make sure we keep track of, just because it kind of blends in with the environment. But we're getting a ton of XP for this. Oh, epic weapon, you say. Spins a blazing ember disc in orbit, striking and repelling enemies in combat. Or on contact. Yes, please. You want to go damage, orbit speed, or radius and scale? Let's go radius and scale and orbit speed. Nice, now we have a disc flying around us. Oh, and we are destroying these enemies. It's not even close. Mirror shoots additional javelins in opposite direction. Okay. That's going to be nice to help clear out enemies trying to come up from behind us. We're on wave 19. I imagine on wave 20 there's going to be another boss. So hopefully we can get that javelin level up by then. Should be able to. There you go. Or not, it wasn't offered to us. Let's just go with all the attack speed on the swarm. I could have also potentially used one of my rerolls there, just to help out. And there's a lot of projectiles we got to kind of navigate through. A huge poison puddle spawned on top of us. That's okay. Boss is down to half HP here. Oh, we are doing so much damage to this guy. Very easy. Very, very easy. Oh, we're definitely getting our orbiter upgraded. Free upgrade on that. And more attack speed and more movement speed. And all that XP coming our way. We're already on wave 20, and honestly, it hasn't been super long. I like how fast the waves are. How they're only like 20-ish seconds. Let's go with attack speed nodes. Swarm shoot nodes at random location. Okay, that sounds like it could be pretty interesting. Our blaster is doing 1,000 damage. It's doing way more damage than any of our other weapons by a long shot. Alright, we are going to get the mirror here. And I feel like I want to upgrade the orbit speed on the orbiter once I get more points. Now I fire 2 javelins, which is nice. We definitely have to watch out for the projectiles. There's a lot of them at any given time. Evasion, I don't feel like I'm going to need it. I say that, but I just got to make sure I don't get hit by a lot of attacks at once. Evasion in most games, I feel like, is just super, super good. Just not getting hit at all is just ideal. Especially once you start going to harder difficulties. Like, I imagine we want to probably start stacking evasion if we go to the higher difficulties, just to make it a lot easier. Second orbiter at a perpendicular angle. Oh, and this thing is way faster now. We're turning into Captain America with our shield throw. And it is just cleaving through these enemies. It also looks like the enemies can drop random artifacts, because we've been getting a few of them. Got hit by that bar. I want to create some distance here, just so I don't keep getting smacked by him. There we go. Ended up getting smacked a few more times, but that's okay. And let's get our legendary booster. Okay, so there is that higher rarity than legendary. I'm just gonna not take one here so I have these skill points for the next time I come across it. And we got a huge magnet here. There was another one. I probably could have waited on that. I gotta make sure I pay attention to what they look like. I believe it's the purple icon on the map. Mortar weapon rare. Rains down void explosive charges on random enemies. Don't mind if I do. Okay, we're gonna resume here because we really need those 4 points. That way we can actually get the upgrade for our swarm. End up using a bunch of my points when I don't have to. But getting another weapon just seems pretty good. And there we go, we got the nodes on that. And we're gonna save. Hopefully we get that dual orbiter on our next level up, kind of. Because it looks like we get these skill points, but it's not actually the rate at which we level up. Which is nice, because we don't have to take a level up and we can save. We can save our skill points. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna save once again. There's no reason to take anything here. All these extra projectiles from our swarm is huge. We are going to be fighting another boss here in a bit. Next time I level up, if I don't get the orbiter, I'll probably re-roll for it, but there we go. Now we have the duo ones. We're just going to save here. Now we got 2 spinning discs. I need to watch for all these things, these like totems being summoned on the ground. Ooh, that's a heavy attack. Make sure we dodge all those lasers. There's so many things going on right now. There we go. Let's probably get our javelin level up, or our blaster. Let's get our blaster level up, actually. And then we're just gonna get free damage upgrade. Okay, here's a heal for us, which is huge. We're probably going to need to invest into more regen over time. I'm pretty sure I took something that gave us 0% lifesteal, but maybe if we take lifesteal now, it will kind of counteract that. Minigun. Don't mind if I do. Damage, attack speed. I think I just go for more attack speed. I feel like the minigun is going to be a pretty fun weapon. I don't expect it to do a whole lot of damage, but more projectiles probably equals good. Especially if any of them crit just marking the enemies for us is just a large increase of damage. I'll take the ember damage here just because we have so many with it, and let's just get more attack speed. Here's a magnet for us. Oh, nope, that's not a magnet, that's an artifact. We got a purple one though, so that's huge. I'm gonna make sure we're still exploring the map. I wonder if we can see our stats. So these are all the artifacts we have. We have increased damage by 20. These are all our weapons. Okay, here's our mech. So we have 32% attack speed. Our crit chances, it's only 0.5%. Or 5%, not 0.5, 5%. 5% chance is still better than 0% though, so I will take it. I wonder what happens if we, there's no, like, upgrade for this. I'm just gonna skip here. I really want to get that minigun upgraded. There's the magnet for us. I want all the attack speed possible on that minigun. We're just going to farm up all the XP we possibly can. We're just going to save our points here. Okay, so we just got, like, the charged battery. So let's see. So it doesn't come up here. So I wonder, like, what we're actually, where it's going. Or, like, what we're getting whenever we pick up those, like, artifacts. I'm not entirely sure. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments section. Because I thought it was these artifacts, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Probably going to turn down the audio just one more setting just because of how many more enemies are spawning in. There we go. Alright, so we do have some excess skill points, so I'm going to take some stuff here. We're going to grab some damage on the mortar. We're not going to go overboard with it, just so we still have a bunch of skill points for our minigun. Watch out for all the projectiles. Hopefully this kind of elite enemy goes down pretty fast. Launches a powerful piercing shot towards the enemy. And way more attack speed. Okay, we definitely need that. We are one skill point off, which was unfortunate, but that's okay. Void Rift. Okay, so that's the one that's closer. More attack speed. Let's just go with more crit chance. It's only 2%, but that's 2% more. Still a really good upgrade. I feel like the sooner we get that maxed out, probably the better situation we're going to be in. And there's so much XP here. We're just going to sit here for a second, farm up. We're going to save this. We're only going to... I only really want to upgrade the minigun and mortar right now. I'll grab this point of interest. So that's crit chance again. Our crit chance is at 9% now. So I wonder if it just gives us 1% crit chance for that altar. I don't believe it's on a time limit. At least I hope it's not on a time limit. All right, we're just going to get the damage here. We'll get 2. Launch additional mortars at random locations. Okay. That way we have the 4 skill points for either that or the minigun. We're going to be close to the next kind of mini-boss, though. And as you can see with our damage down here at the bottom right, our blaster is still going crazy with our orbiter being next up. I'll re-roll this. And there we go. There's the launcher on our minigun. And let's just take more damage on it. So it looks like you can get two kind of skill paths, but you can only max upgrade one of the skill paths and get like one of those powerful effects. Because for example, I'm pretty sure if we went like the damage route on the minigun first, we would have gotten something else. Where like you notice how there's like 5 upgrades here, and there's this one big orb at the end, which is giving us that kind of like upgraded form of the weapon. But now this one doesn't have it to level 5. So you can choose 2 paths, but you can only like full send one of the paths. I'm just going to resume this. The attack speed on the Javelin, it seems okay, but not necessarily the greatest. I'm going to try making some distance from this mini-boss. Because there's so many orbs. Boss is below half HP right now. Watch out for all these things on the ground while dodging all these projectiles. And there we go. We're just going to upgrade our blaster even more, I feel like. Yeah, we just get damage, attack speed, and pierce count on it. I feel like there's no reason not to. Attack speed. We'll go with more attack speed across everything. It didn't give us the crit chance option. We're on wave 40 right now. Ton of projectiles, but that's okay. Oh, there's the carpet one. No knockback, but 8% crit chance. I'm going to take that, and we're going to take the carpet. We got an achievement, all grown up, evolve 6 weapons. Do we want attack speed or mortar scale? I'm assuming scale just means area. Let's take the attack speed. So I don't have any knockback, so we got to be a little bit careful. There's so many projectiles coming out of us, it's actually crazy. Our blaster now dealing over 3,000 damage. Increase attack speed after a critical hit. Hopefully we're critting at least a decent amount now, so that should lead us to a lot more attack speed. And by the sounds the minigun is making, it seems like it's a lot more attack speed. And I believe it stacks up to 40%, which is huge. We're going to take the damage there and protects us from damage after taking damage. I feel like getting a free shield is just good. Hopefully we don't accidentally pop it before the next boss, though. That would not be ideal. I wonder how many weapons we can have, too. Or if it's just one of those things where we can just keep getting more weapons. I won't take anything there just so I can get the rest of my weapons kind of maxed out. Hopefully we can get 2 or 3 of them maxed out before the next boss. We might even be able to get more than that. Okay, so we lost our shield, but I'm pretty sure it's on a cooldown. Alright, so our orbiter is now maxed out. Gotta watch out for the stuff spawning on the ground. Okay, it's probably this elite enemy. I was trying to figure out which enemy was doing it, but it's fairly obvious it's probably this guy. If I hit a few times there, not the end of the world. Just need our minigun to focus him down. We should be all good. Increase experience gain. I'll take it. We'll just take the void damage. I don't feel like the experience gain at this point is like super necessary, but that's okay. More, okay, so it goes from 20% to 25% more if we mark an enemy. More max HP. More Void Rift. Or all projectile damage. Well, that's an easy pick. Projectile damage just seems like a no-brainer with how many projectiles we have. We're gonna go back down into these enemies just to get all this XP. We're just gonna max out our blaster. I wonder also what happens when we max out all our guns, because I wonder if they keep appearing. I don't believe they will, just because they are maxed out now. So it might be ideal to kind of focus on one weapon at a time. That way you can kind of just get it out of the loot pool. Okay, our mortar is finished as well. These enemies are definitely a lot more tanky, but to be expected, we're a lot further into the run. Increased damage from enemy projectiles. I feel like that could be really huge. Let's get our javelin maxed out, though. I don't want all my weapons to be maxed out. I don't believe we'll be able to get the last one maxed out. We might be able to, depending on if we get another skill point. Okay, we did. I think we need multiple upgrades for it, though. It's not just one last upgrade. Yeah. I'll increase the leech, but I'm pretty sure I have something that increase projectile damage. We'll take that as well. I'm pretty sure I have something that makes my leech 0%. So, don't know if that kind of counteracts that. Not entirely sure. There's a lot of different projectiles going on. Okay, it looks like, I believe this is the final boss, the Habubu. Yeah, Hababu? Just gotta focus up. So these bigger orbs split into a bunch of smaller projectiles. Boss is under half HP right now. And our javelin with its super long range is just putting in a ton of work. There's a bunch of spikes coming at us. Not a big deal. Some blood balls flying at us as well. Some way more orbs. Just gonna navigate on through all of these. Bunch of enemies spawning in as well. This move speed is honestly coming in really nice. So I believe it's 10% move speed. But a lot of this I would not be able to dodge just because I'm a little bit faster. But there we go. We ended up beating the first level victory. We did do that throughout level 0, but we kind of want to get a feel for the game. Okay, so the things we were picking up was equipment. So it's not the artifacts. So the artifacts is something we can get on the via upgrades, but we were picking up actual equipment to use. So if we opened up our inventory, we might be able to swap some of that around depending on what we pick up. There's also a Strider thing down here. Not entirely sure what that is about. And there's some orbs we can get. So we gained 2,000 experience, and souls gained 220. So let's continue and see what kind of the meta progression is. So we have 220 here. So this just gives us more rerolls. Orb of Acid, more max HP. Shrine buffs last longer. Faster points of... Okay, so the points of interest activate faster. Increased magnet drop chance from enemies. It's not a much bigger chance. Oh, there's a lot of different things you can get. Oh, there's a lot of different ones. Okay. Chests drop higher rarity items. Gain crit chance based on health spent on offerings. Boss will drop an item with high rarity. We'll probably want to save up for that. Yeah, we'll probably... Elite demons will drop items. Yeah, we'll probably want to save up for that. I just feel like that's probably the best one to go for. Okay, so here's our actual mech. Okay, so we have a few different ones. We have the Strider, the Brute, and the Spectre. Ability sprint. Temporarily speed boost with a fast cooldown. Dive underground for a speed boost. And then jump out of it. Dash forward at high speed, phasing through enemies and damaging them, and you're invulnerable during it. I feel like that guy's going to be pretty good. But let's see what we can get for the Strider. So we can start down here, sprint duration, regeneration. 10% to crit power. Is that crit damage? I believe that's crit damage. And then this one is sprint speed and weapon range. Let's take that. Let's just go for some weapon range, and we'll just go for some sprint speed. And we can work our way into the middle here. Okay, so we need to survive with a fully upgraded weapon to unlock it as a starting weapon. So these are all the different weapons. But we can choose a different starting weapon as long as we max it out. So if we want to start with a weapon, we're going to want to max it out early, just so we are able to start with it. And these are all the artifacts. Still a bunch more we didn't discover. Seeing if there's anything else in the base for us. So that's the launch system. What's this over here? Workbench. Select an item to upgrade it. We have these kind of points in order to upgrade. I don't know. There's not many I have. It says maybe 100 over here. Yeah, so I can't upgrade this. Okay, so that's a helmet. So yeah, I did get a few. Craft a set item or recycle for set essences at Workbench. All right, we got to figure that out. But so we can do stuff with the equipment to give us secondary stats. But that will do it for today's video. We'll probably try a higher difficulty in some of the other bosses because there's 4 different bosses and each of them having much harder threat levels to them. They also give us better item rewards, so that will be interesting. That is our first video on Demon Hunt. This is, honestly, I really love the art style of this game, and it's a pretty fun Horde Survivor kind of roguelike, just with how many bosses there are and the fact that there's different mechanics for all the bosses. It made it really enjoyable. And that last boss, there's so many different projectiles, so you definitely have to like focus up, which I enjoy about the game. But if you enjoyed today's content, hit that like and subscribe button, as it's greatly appreciated. And until next time, take care.